Morning. Welcome to our solo walk. Coffee's on. I'd like to start today with just letting you know how grateful I am and how blessed I feel that you take the time to sit and journey this little path with me as we explore the thoughts, the leadings that go through my mind, I guess, my spirit, and that it's truly a pleasure to be able to share all of this with you, although we're not physically connected, we are spiritually connected. And I guess on that note of spiritually connected, it's kind of where we'll go today, I think, with what's been wandering through my thoughts, my spirit, and that you hear a lot of people talking about higher consciousness, higher self, raising your consciousness, I guess I'll just maybe share a bit of my view on that, and that as far as raising your consciousness, I don't see where we can possibly raise our consciousness. The way I see it, the way I understand it, is we are consciousness. That we are programmed, I guess, by the system that's here to ignore that and to not realize that. But I don't think we can raise our consciousness. What we need to do is become aware, to remember, but to become aware of the fact that we are consciousness, and to remember who and what we are. And that, that's bringing up your awareness of your consciousness and being open to the leading of spirit to connect you with consciousness. But I don't see how we can raise our consciousness. I don't that of, it's again, it's looking out to something to be more. You are enough. You are more. And to connect to your higher self. You hear that phrase all the time with the so-called enlightened gurus and people trying to tell you where to go and how to get there. But you are your higher self. again, we've been blinded, forgotten, programmed not to pay attention to it, not to pay attention to spirit. But again, it comes down to the way I understand it and see it. It comes down to remembering. You know, it's and remembering why we're here, who we are and what we are. Quit striving out there somewhere to connect with whatever, you know, that you need some outward connection of something when it's all inward. You know, on my journey, and it's been a journey, still is a journey, still seeking, still remembering. Still connecting with the spirit within. Still seeking that inner guidance. You know, as I went on this '67 trips around the sun, I guess, so far on this planet, in this realm, in this part of my journey. And that I've always felt a little on the outside, I guess, of the system that's running, but still immersed in it. The way I've seen it over the years, and I used to phrase it as, we all have a God-shaped void within our hearts. And I think that's just an inherent desire to remember who and what we are. And we've been under the influence of this system, of whatever entity is operating in this realm, trying to control, to eat off of our energies, I guess. I think, you know, we need to quit looking within the system that we've been programmed into. You know, I did that for many years, seeking that connection with spirit, with trying to fill that void that's within each one of us. I really think it's there. And you know, a lot of times we don't recognize what that is. I see people trying to fill that void all the time with so many different things. You know, fill it with religion, fill it with alcohol, fill it with sex, fill it with drugs, you know, because there's something within us seeking, trying to remember who we are. And we have forgotten, been programmed out of, I don't know how else to say it, but we've been so disjointed and dislocated from who and what we are that we try to fill that longing to remember, to connect with ourselves and with creation, creator, God, however you want to phrase it, that we would try to fill that with anything. Yeah, and it is a journey. But what we need, on my estimation, to do is to realize, understand that we've been purposely led down the garden path, I guess you could say, to keep us disjointed so that we don't connect with who and what we really are. And I think one of the first steps in remembering is to understand that a majority of everything we've been programmed to believe, programmed to think, programmed to see is lies, deception. And we've been taught to think of ourselves as just a speck of dirt, really. You know, this thinking that we're not enough, thinking that we're sinners, thinking that we're destroying the earth, that we're a scourge on society, whatever. To accept the fact that we've been lied to, and to accept the fact that you've been deceived, and accept the fact that you need to step out of that system. And take those solo walks. You know, I've been down a lot of solo walks, down a lot of trails that lead you many different directions. But that's where you maybe learn a little bit, use a little bit of discernment when you're going down those solo walks out off the paved road. Don't stay on that paved road that society, that the program is telling you where to go. That paved road there, go that way. You know, we're sent to school to learn how to memorize and how to follow the program and how to be a good little cog in the wheel. We spend our lives trying to fulfill some program that somebody else told you that is the way it is. And yeah, we're on this earth, we're functioning in this system. So like I've said before, use the system, but don't let it use you. You know, we have to be aware of what's going on in the system, in this world, you know, but don't absorb it. Don't let it become who and what you are. We've been deceived into believing that we are what we do, or we are what we have, or, you know, yeah, I don't even think we are, or I am, this body that I'm inhabiting right now. This is the vehicle that I've experienced this journey in. And it's like we said before, it is a temple. This is where our spirit resides. This is where the Creator resides. You know, you and I are sparks of the divine, of the Creator, of creation. We are individuals, yet we are connected. Everything is in consciousness. Like I said, we are individuals here on an individual journey to experience our individual experiences. It's creation having an experience through you, through me. And then I think part of that experience is remembering the true power, the true strength, the true love that we are, so that we can experience the beauty that has been given to us here. Okay, you know, it is an individual journey, but we are here together to support each other during the journey and to help each other along that journey. But there's no one that can take that journey for you. So I guess I'm not sure where we've actually went with this, because I can't even remember what I said here. But as you go through that journey, quit looking outward for somebody or something to give you the answers. It doesn't hurt to listen and to seek a little information, a little guidance by times, and if it helps to lead you where you're seeking, great. But anyone or anything or any program or any institution, anything that tells you that they have the answer, that they are the way to go, and that you need to look to something else, whether it be anything in society, politics, religion. You see lots on this now on the social media about Anunnaki and Pleiadians and all that other stuff, and that you're waiting for a burst of energy coming from the center of the galaxy to change your consciousness or to raise you to this and that. All that stuff's interesting to listen to, it really is. But it doesn't make you who you are. It doesn't make you what you are. Anything that tells you that you got to look for something else is bullshit. Anything that's telling you you're less than whole, less than complete, is bullshit. Because you are. The only thing is we've forgotten. We've been programmed out of it over millennia. In my estimation, my viewpoint. So anything that doesn't point you back to you and to your connection with Creator and to your realization that you are pure love is trying to lead you in the wrong direction in my viewpoint. Yeah, we're all seeking on a journey, but we're here to experience that journey. We're here to experience the joy, the beauty, the love we can share. Make that journey the best journey it can be. To be the best that we can be. So yeah. Get up each morning. Be grateful. Be thankful. That's a constant experience for me. The gratefulness I feel for where I am, and it doesn't have nothing to do with what I have or what I've done. It's all to do with the understanding that no matter what is thrown at us, we have the ability, that divinity within us, the ability to transcend all perceived limitations. Because any limits that are put on you are what you perceive. We are limitless if we can just get to the point of remembering and connecting with that deep part of spirit that resides within each one of us. And becoming aware that we are part of the Creator. Anyway, I guess that's enough rambling for today. I love you guys. I am, again, like I said, so grateful that you wander down these solo paths with me, out into the woods and down around the swamps and everything else, off that paved road. And that we are remembering who we are, and that we will triumph and reach that full potential that is within each one of us. It all starts with understanding that you are more than enough, that you are love, that pure love. So yeah, I'll leave it there. Give your loved ones a hug. Tell them they're loved. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself, you are loved. You are love. You got this. And together, as individuals, we will triumph. We will remember. We will come to that understanding of who and what we are. Know you're loved. Be blessed. Have a great day. Thanks, and we'll come at you again. Bye-bye.